Hi, everyone. This is Caroline Speaks, the State of the World, on Friday, May 20th, 2022. So, what is it? Good, bad, or different? All three. Coronavirus is still out there. Okay, what are some of the headlines? Lessons for Buffalo. Meet the activist who sued the white supremacists behind the Charlottesville riot in 2017 and won. Thank you. And Buffalo, India Walton under racist massacre and communities' need for gun control, good jobs, and housing. I totally agree. I hope it makes some progress on that. And the Amy Littlefield on Oklahoma's new total abortion ban and the long fight ahead after Roe fails. We should not be having a total ban on abortion from the Supreme Court or anyone because the Supreme Court, they represent us. They don't represent the far right. So I don't believe that the Supreme Court will end Roe. I think they're going to cancel that. Let's not do anything about that. Okay, now we have a current Congresswoman, Representative Lucy MacBeth, talks about reproductive rights. She's from Alabama, Republican from Alabama, and she has had two miscarriages. And then finally, she had a baby, and then the baby grew up and was killed when he. And the murderer did go to jail, was held accountable, but the thing is, the two miscarriages she had, would the GOP, she's from Georgia, would the GOP accuse her of murderer for having a miscarriage? Two of them. I don't know. That's a good question. Things happen. Now, what else is new? Senate approves additional $40 billion for weapons and aid to Ukraine. That's great, but they haven't approved the request for COVID-19 relief, for all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I don't understand. Also, Russia rejects UN plea to allow Ukraine grain shipments as global food crisis grows. We have to do something about Russia. We had a chance during World War One, during World War Two. They helped Allies win the war against Germany, and they did not. Um, they were not held accountable for what they did for to their people. During there's something called the Russia's War. During World War II, once Stalin and Lenin and Trotsky came into power and they set up what they called, communism, the Leninism or Stalinism, they killed during that period from the late 1917, I guess, up until the end of World War II, about 20 million Russians died. Just regular people. Due to the war, due to terrible conditions in Russia, because of Russia being a police state, all kinds of things. Okay. Now, I have to do something about Russia and Putin. Climate crisis and conflict have internally displaced over 60 million people. So what are we going to do about that? I don't know. Africa, in Asia, in Latin America. Okay. China warns U.S. over Taiwan as Biden kicks off six-day Asia tour in South Korea. I don't know. China's another story like Russia. China was used by the Western powers, and then they came to power. Chinese, well, you had Taiwan and nationalist China and the Chinese Communist regime. So I don't know. China was used for a long time to have a huge population, and they were terribly abused during World War II by Japan. So I don't know what the story is. Asia is a big continent, and they've been abused. Okay. Now, Oklahoma legislature passes nation's strictest abortion ban, which requires um, um, no exception for rape or incest or the life of the mother, and they allow anyone to sue doctors who perform abortions or anyone who aids or abets an abortion, similar to the Texas law. And Oklahoma uh, has a very low in providing the needs of their people: food, healthcare, education. Yep, but they're not. You don't want to keep. Want to keep the baby. Make sure that baby is born, but don't provide prenatal care and postnatal care. Okay. Now, suspect pleads not guilty to racist mass murder in Buffalo supermarket. Well, he's going to jail forever. No possibility of parole. We have to do something about racism and the racist media. Okay, House Democrats approve bill to crack down on gasoline price gouging. That's nice, but not all Democrats voted for that and in the Senate they're not going to get enough people. Let's pass that. Okay, Chicago police officer shoots and injures an unarmed 13-year-old. And what is that? He was, the boy was chased, and when the boy was, he ran from someone's car, supposedly, so who knows. Now, Hungary's far-right prime minister, promoter of great replacement theory, headlines CPAC gathering. CPAC is a very conservative group that Republicans belong to. And he's promotes the great replacement theory that white people are going to be replaced. Well, Hungary had indigenous people. They're not here anymore. And as far as the great replacement theory, we have people throughout the Americas, North America, South America, Latin America. They've all been an attempt to replace all of them in this country, Native Americans and the indigenous peoples of the U.S. and Canada. There's a big campaign to wipe them out and steal their land. So these people, if anyone had a complaint about replacement theory, it's the indigenous peoples of North America. There's an attempt to wipe them out. In the U.S., they gave them blankets infected with smallpox. They gave them alcohol. All kinds of things. So, anyway, so the great replacement theory is actually the white European colonists and settlers, they have been trying to wipe out the indigenous peoples of the U.S. and Canada. So if anyone has a complaint about replacement theory, it's the indigenous peoples of the U.S. and Canada. Okay. Now, U.S. House of Representatives passed the bill condemning domestic terrorism in response to the Buffalo shooting massacre last weekend. But calls for the creation of domestic terrorism offices within the Departments of Justice and Homeland Security. And I don't know if they have to get the Senate to vote on that, but that's gonna be might be hard to get that through. Okay. Now, New York to probe social media sites used by the Buffalo shooting suspect. And what are they going to do? How are they going to crack down on that? I don't know. But social media is definitely a problem. Okay. Russia claims victory in Mariupol as last Ukrainian fighters surrender. I don't think that's true. Bridget Brink confirmed as U.S. ambassador to Ukraine. That is nice. Congratulations. We had an ambassador to Ukraine, but Trump got rid of her because she was doing her job. Okay. Russia expels diplomats and closes the Moscow Bureau of Canadian Broadcaster. Didn't like what they were saying. Pentagon claims successful test of nuclear hypersonic capsule. Okay. Finland and Sweden apply for NATO membership and agree to new arms purchases. President Biden heads to Asia for a 6-day tour amid tensions with China and North Korea. And Israeli military will not investigate the killing of Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh. I don't know why they're afraid the truth will come out. She was reporting on an Israeli military raid in Jenin, the occupied West Bank. So I'm hoping they investigate that and hold everyone accountable. Okay. That's a lot of what's happening. Not very good. Okay. How about a little music? Okay. Here's a new one. My aunt took care of my brother and I. When my mom had to go to work, she also had a son to raise at the time. And she took care of all three. We all lived in New York City. Mama and us and my aunt and her family. We spent a lot of time together. I remember it well. I did not appreciate her all the time because I was just a kid. But now when I look back upon those times and the later years, I know I had a great aunt. Now I wish she were here with me, but I know that cannot be. So I'll go on with my story. Okay, that's kind of a song I wrote for my Aunt Charlotte, my great aunt Charlotte, and that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in this evening of May 20, 2022 for another Me or Carolyn Speaks State of the World. I hope you join us again tomorrow. Wear a mask, practice social distancing. When a vaccine is available for you and safe you take it, I would take it. I had mine on May 27th of last year. Now I'm looking around for a booster. Alright, remember, take care of yourself and others. Remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.